Hey everybody, it's Beck here and I am going to go through my March order. I've got my invoices here for my March order and my Essential Rewards order as well. So Essential Rewards order is a monthly order, and because I opted to take the Essential Rewards order because I wanted to earn commissions, which is not always the case. You don't need to order on Essential Rewards if you want to earn commissions. You can actually be on Essential Rewards program just to accrue the points from making monthly orders. However, you do have to commit to a monthly order. There is a minimum. It's not a massive minimum, which is great, and that allows people to get points towards free product, which is really cool. So I've been collecting my points now for 3 or 4 months, and I put it up on the Facebook group already, which you would have already seen, that I got $301.05 worth of product for only the cost of shipping, which was $11.55. So that is pretty much amazing. Like $300 worth of product. So if you break that down in between 3 months or 4 months, it's around about the $100 mark over 3 months. So that is pretty awesome to be getting almost $100 worth of product each month. I accumulated mine because I really wanted to just pay shipping once. I didn't want to have to pay shipping on, say, more like 100 PV, which equates to probably around about, it equates to about anywhere from $100 worth of product, I would say. So I didn't really want to pay 10% basically, if I work out the calculations, in getting my free product on my postage. So I've obviously paid way less. And in that order, which I had to order separately, there's a really great ordering system now, where you can actually use your points towards your order, or you can choose to pay for it. So there's 2 different ways that you can order your order now, with your points or with your card, or I'm not quite sure if they've got PayPal yet, but I'm sure I sell PayPal recently, which is why it's at the top of my mind. So you've also seen the screen capture that I've done of the oils, and I'm just going to show you what I did get and the reasons why I got it. So I got the 3-pack of the Thieves. I've already cracked one open because it's now early April and I've had my oils for a couple of weeks now. So what I like to do, and this has got pure grain alcohol, water, coconut oil, it's got clove, lemon, soy lecithin, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and that is it. Essential oils that are in that. So I'm not quite sure if it says if you can use it. It says do not use on infants or on sensitive areas of the body. Keep out of reach of children. 100% pure grade, therapeutic grade essential oil. Flammable, obviously the alcohol part, and it doesn't have any kind of guidance as to what you can use these for. So it's up to you how you want to use this, but one thing I like to do is spray that up. Like that will just like put your mouth on a little bit of fire to begin with. The other thing you can do is with kids' hands, if they've been playing in a place that you don't want them to be playing in, or if you're going to the shops. There is also many other things you can do with this. You can spray it on your feet, which is obviously going to stimulate the Vitaflex points or reflexology points on your feet. So it's a beautiful, like, cinnamony, spicy aroma. And I'll give you a bit of a cap on the Thieves story and probably the inspiration behind why it's called the Thieves blend, is because back in the day where the plague was on, there was one of those, you know, those old beaks that they had. You've probably seen them in the museums. And there was some looters, so aka thieves, that had come up with this formula of these spices to keep inside the beak so that they could go and loot the people of the dead. And they obviously got caught, and the authorities said, if you don't give us the formula, you know, you're pretty much going to get your head chopped off. And then they said, if you give us the formula, we'll lighten the sentence, and that was literally just being hung. So either way, luckily enough, that formula was passed on, even if it was in a horrible situation. Really smart people obviously going around stealing the jewelry off the dead people when they knew this formula. So that's a old age story, and I have not got the research in front of me to prove that, but it's ringing true to me for some reason. I don't feel like I'm going, oh, that's probably not true. I actually believe that story. So this is the reason why this blend is called Thieves. So you can imagine, if that's the story of it, then this blend is actually really a beautiful blend for even spraying in your toilet, or spraying, like, if you wanted to really give yourself that extra boost when it's coming into winter now as well, which is why I like to keep it. It actually does allow me to feel if I've got something going on my glands. I'll even spray it on the outside, just like that, like a perfume, and just give it a good rub up and around behind my ears there. And so you don't have to literally spray it in your mouth to get a good effect. You can just rub it onto your skin. If you find that maybe you're a little bit sensitive to maybe the cinnamon or something like that, then you might want to use a little bit of coconut oil and spray it into the coconut oil, if you like. A lot of people do oil pulling, so you can use it in oil pulling as well. So that was that 3-pack, and that 3-pack is normally wholesale $38.15. So around about, what, $12 per each. The next thing I purchased was Longevity. Longevity I've been wanting for quite some time. It's got thyme, orange, clove and frankincense. And if you smell the aroma, it's actually, to me, really not that pleasant. I think it's because of the thyme. And for some reason, thyme and me just like goes like this. So apparently, and I was reading that if you do go like that smell, it actually means that it's possible that your body's gone straight into detox and going, oh my God, that stuff reeks. So it's actually possibly even beneficial if your body's detoxing that quickly just through the aroma. Then it's possible that it's a good one to stick with for a bit to get rid of any toxins. So I actually got that because of the fact that I'd never had it and I wanted to try it, and I really wanted to put it in some veggie capsules and take it. This one doesn't yet have the label on it for food flavouring so that it can be ingesting, which is, this is that little label, so it doesn't have it yet, and I'm not quite sure if it's been approved for ingestion yet. But since a lot of those other essential oils that I've listed, the thyme is, the orange is, the clove is, and I'm not quite sure about the frankincense. Maybe that's what's holding it back. I'm not quite sure. I don't have a frankincense with a label on it yet, so maybe that's what's holding it back from being ingestible. But it's my body, and I'm not recommending that you do it. I'm going to do with the oil what I want to do with it. So that's that essential oil. And then we've got the Thieves essential oil. Thought, oh, I need to get the Thieves essential oil as well so I can put it in my diffuser, and also I want to make some household products out of it, so I want to put it in things like dishwashing liquid. I might even make a hand pump soap. We do regular workshops showing people how to do beautiful DIY products that you can use around your home to get toxic chemicals out of your home and start creating your own beautiful low cost around the house products. Then the second and, the third and fourth one, the Longevity was $59.30, So that's a pretty great price, especially considering it's got the thyme and the frankincense, which are both expensive oils. The Thieves Essential Oil wholesale was $57.75, which isn't much different to that. So the bigger kind of oils within these blends, or the potency of these blends, are sometimes which you can see the correlation between the price and the product. And then also there's bergamot and geranium. And sometimes this world brings many frustrations to one's life. And I like to use the geranium and bergamot to put over the top of my liver. I rub it over the top of my belly there and underneath my breast where it's where the liver is located. And again, I'm not recommending, this is what I do. And if you want to do it, that's your choice. And it's not specifically for a system of the body, but I do it to protect my liver. So, and also that's generally metaphysically where anger is stored. So really what I'm doing is working on anger issues through these essential oils over the top of my liver, because that's metaphysically where one holds their anger. So I really wanted to help that pass. The next thing on my list, before I go on, sorry, the geranium is $66.60 and the bergamot is $43.65. These are wholesale prices. The next thing I bought was the the grapefruit. I really do enjoy this. It has got one of the ingestible signs on it, food flavouring. So I just put a couple of drops into a nice big glass, similar to this, like a wine glass, and I put in some mineral water and create that little bit of a sparkle. And I really quite like taking that, because I was never a big fan of having grapefruit as a fruit and eating it. It's way too tangy. However, to drink a couple of drops of the grapefruit within a drink like that is actually really pleasant. So that's the reason why. And the benefits of grapefruit for the gut, for the digestive system, are highly beneficial. So it wakes one up in the morning, and that's why people eat the grapefruits as well. And the last but not least on my list, which this is a backup because I've actually already just given away the lavender. When I actually got my order in, I gave my lavender away. A lovely friend had done something which I really appreciated. I believe, if I can remember rightly, I'm pretty sure. I can't even remember the reason why I gave it away now, but I'm pretty sure that's what it would have been. So I gave her a lavender essential oil because of that beautiful exchange. So that was, apologies. So grapefruit was only $27.70 and the lavender was $38. So that was all of my oils that I got for only $11.55. So $301.05 worth of essential oils for only $11.55, the cost of postage. So really I got the oils for free and I just had to pay for postage, which is awesome. And that took me 3 to 4 months to do. My next, quickly I'll go through, is my actual order, my monthly order. And this comes to $213.75, and I earned over that in commissions. So I wanted to just keep a little bit of commissions in my kitty so that I can buy other things for my business as well. So the first thing that I purchased was a peppermint essential oil. We were getting really low on our 5 mils, which I'd been getting out of my kit. So I really wanted to have a big peppermint so that I could use that. Again, that's something you can put to flavour your drinks. Highly beneficial oil to be using as well for digestive system, even rubbing it on the belly. I do remember when my baby, this is something that was way before I decided that I wanted to share Young Living with other people. One of my beautiful ex-nurse friends who was involved with Young Living, she knew that my baby for the first 6 weeks of his life, must have been more actually, could have been 8 to 12 weeks, cried non-stop, and I did not know what I had done wrong as a mother. And I was juicing every day. I lost a lot of weight just literally through juicing. I'd love to get back to my after baby weight that I was back then. That would be awesome. And so then, because he was so like bloated constantly, like a little frog, his little belly was quite bloated, and I really did not know. So I must have been in distress on the phone to my friend, and she was like, Beck, I'm just going to come over, and because obviously she was an ex-nurse, so she had valuable knowledge to share, and she was a friend, just wanted to check in on me, I guess, as well. So she actually had a really baby 5 ml and very little amount left in her bottle, and she was happy to give the rest of that to me. She literally put in some coconut oil and 1 drop of peppermint, and I rubbed that into my new baby's belly in the clockwise rotation, and no sooner, like it was seconds that I had done that, and he actually let a wind, like a really big wind, like lots of wind out. His tummy was really obviously full of wind, and then a little poo came out. So it was like instant relief for my little baby. I was like, wow, that was crazy amazing. That was like instant, in front of my very own eyes, how much that was effective for a digestive system for even a baby. So I do love peppermint for the digestive system. The next oil I purchased was Angelica. I've been wanting to get this oil for quite some time also. Actually, I wanted to get the white Angelica, but it was out of my budget. It's really woody. It's a very woody smell. Kind of like a deeper smell than frankincense even. And Angelica is, I'll just quickly, I've got a little book here with me. I won't, it's ratty and tatty and it's been well used, so I won't lift it up for you to see that even the front cover has dropped off it. So it talks about Angelica being assisting in the release of pent-up negative feelings and restores memories to the point of origin before trauma or anger was experienced. And this this particular oil, or the white Angelica, is used within the raindrop technique. And the raindrop technique is a beautiful technique of using oils down the spine. And if you're a masseuse, you can add it into your repertoire of treatments for your clients. If you're not a masseuse, then unfortunately you probably are required to do this technique for free, because unless you're just charging for the pure oils without paying for your time or your service, because you really do need that qualification of being a masseuse under your belt before you can do the raindrop technique at a cost. So the beautiful Angelica there is obviously to assist with those trauma and angers that are of the past, and I quite like the idea that that's being used as part of the raindrop technique. I'm pretty sure, just from my own personal experience, that using these kind of oils up the spine are really promoting and stimulating good vibrations around your spine. So and helping release any kind of blockages in respective emotions around your spine as well. So I love woody smelling essential oils anyway, so that's why I ordered that one. And the next one I ordered was Vala. I've already cracked all these open, by the way. Vala is such a beautiful oil, and it's actually, I believe it's the first oil that I purchased. It's like a fruity smell, and I can taste it in my mouth, and it's just like a fine wine really. And Vala is beautiful for the fact that it meets people at a certain level of vibration. So even if you're starting to use the oils very gently, it's a great gentle oil. And this is one of the oils that I used when I was massaging my son's feet and put him to sleep. So it's very gentle, very kind, and very calming oil. And it was out of stock for a long time, so I'm very chuffed to have that back in my kit again. And then the last one is Citrus Fresh. Citrus Fresh I have been using alongside Digize, and I've run out of my Digize now. It's currently out of stock. I believe it's coming back in stock in a couple of weeks. And I use that to rub over my tummy and over any kind of cellulite spaces on my body. All of the different citruses within that. So it has, this is a beautiful blend. Again, it's orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, mandarin orange, and spearmint. So there's lots of citrus in there, and citrus are amazing for melting different like flabby bits around the body. So, and Digize was a beautiful combination with that, because it was just really great for all of those beneficial things like the licorice and the anise and the fennel and all of those beautiful feminine oils that are not only just beneficial for women's well-being, but also for the digestive system. So they smelled beautiful together as well. So in combination with the Citrus Fresh and the Digize and the geranium and the bergamot, rubbing them on my body is just such a, like, it's like a ritual for me. It's like a feminine ritual, so that I can love my body and love who I am in my body right now, because I have had, and everybody in my group knows that my body confidence is not where I would like it to be. I'm quite open and honest about where I'm at with that. And then the last, well, that's the last of the essential oils that I purchased, but I also did purchase some toothpastes. So I got a Slick toothpaste for the children. It's got really cute Munster on top with the big teeth on it. It's got calcium carbonate, coconut oil, sodium bicarb. It's got glycerin, xylitol, xanthan gum, citrus. Sorry, I was reading the official name. It's grapefruit, stevia, tangerine, spearmint, lemon, lecithin again, ocotea. It's got cloves, cinnamon, and rosemary and eucalyptus essential oils in it. So no nasties, which I'm pretty happy about. And like giving my boys the opportunity to have something that's going to go into their mouth that they possibly could swallow, that's non-toxic. A lot of toothpaste do have the fluorides and have parabens and, oh my god, who knows what else in them, because it's been so long I have not had a toxic toothpaste. I actually forget what crap they put in it these days. And the Thieves Dentramine, again, this is a non-toxic toothpaste. So there's no fluoride, no sodium lauryl sulfate, which makes it foam, no sugar, no synthetic chemicals or colours. So it's calcium carbonate, peppermint oil, zinc oxide. Zinc oxide alone is really beneficial for one's healing, and really good for in the mouth as well. Then there's water, clove, xylitol, vegetable glycerine. Some people might get a bit qualmy about the vegetable glycerine, however it's non-toxic. And then there's thyme, essential oil, xanthan gum, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, 2 different types, and rosemary and coconut oil. So, it's got papain, zinc citrate, stevia, and wintergreen as well. So it's got really amazing essential oils for one's mouth and gums and teeth. So one's dental health is looked after when we're using beneficial non-toxic, besides the fact you don't want to put that kind of crap in your mouth. So on that note, that brought me to, how many points did that bring me to? Where is it? Is it on this invoice? Okay, so it doesn't tell me the PV or the points, but it does tell me that my shipping was actually reduced shipping. It was only $9.90. And then The total bill was $213.75, and I covered that with my commissions, plus I had some left over. And so I'm very excited to share my oils for this last month with you. I know it's a longer video, but that's because I had 2 orders to bang out, and I'm really excited to hear what you think about why I'm doing these oils or why I'm sharing these oils with you. If you love the video, please click on the like button, and if you want to make any comments or questions, I love questions. I'm really active online, so I'm quite happy to answer your question as quick as I possibly can. And yeah, I'm really excited about the next video. I still haven't got back to the ancient scripture oils, which I really want to get back to. I've been in study mode, as you guys all know. Thank you for your understanding and patience with me while I'm going through that time. It is an online business and marketing course, which is teaching me many skills within online business and upping my game online. So I'm really excited about actually completing that this year. I don't want to leave anything unturned this year. It is my year of completion. So the next thing after that is that I actually did earlier this year. I think it was earlier this year, or it might have been at the end of last year now. The time is flying. So at the end of last year or early this year, I did a Bond University trial with EFT tapping for weight loss, and some big stuff came up for me as part of doing that, and of course I stopped. I became incomplete. I never finished. I took action to a certain degree, but I didn't take the time to really slow down and take the pace that it required to number 1, enjoy the process, and number 2, to get the results. And I know that I got stuck. I did have a block there, and it was kind of like a 3-year-old tantrum. So I'm quite happy to discuss those with anybody who's interested in EFT tapping. But the crux, and I'll just give you a bit of a heads up, which I love about using essential oils with emotional freedom technique or tapping, is that it works on pressure points. So you do a beautiful setup statement on the karate chop point just here. So you can say something really that you want to get off your chest. It can be negative or positive. Initially, you like to get rid of the crap so that you can start fresh with and implement the beautiful. So, for example, I can go into my weight. Even though I have this excess weight on my body, I fully love and accept myself. And you just like, you get into the feeling of it. I'm doing it on the video now. And you go through all the different tapping points, and then you can say all the different things about the weight that's either overwhelming or it's heavy or whatever the reason is. There's a pressure point on the bra line there. And then the last one up here is on the top of the head. And this one here was explained to me on one of the videos by one of the assistant professors that is doing this particular trial, was saying on her video that this particular point here is in correlation with your amygdala. And your amygdala is like your emotional center, and this goes hand in hand beautifully with the raindrop technique, because and the essential oils, because of the aromas, which actually also stimulate the amygdala part of the, is it the, I'm trying to think, the central cerebrum, I'm pretty sure, if I can recollect the correct words. So it's quite within the top and internal part of the brain, behind, I guess, behind our sinuses and things like that. So if you can make maybe a correlation between your nose and the top of your head and go center brain, that's approximately where it is. And apparently when you're tapping on that last one, you can then breathe, and before you actually do start tapping, you actually rate yourself 1 to 10, and then after you finish tapping, you rate yourself again 1 to 10. So say you're maybe a 6 to begin with, and then you come down to a 5. You may even go back up again depending on what the emotion is around it maybe. So it is called Emotional Freedom Technique. It is around emotions. My diet is generally quite good. I do have little binges every now and again of things like chocolate and bread. They're not my best friends, especially not bread, especially really highly processed bread. So I do get really bloated around that. Chocolate is just full of sugar, so I do my best to eat organic dark chocolate or just dark, but I do love the caramel one that's salted by Lindt. That is yummy, and really it's just one of those things that is the kick that I need to do the tapping on. And I did quit chocolate for about 6 weeks into this course, and I was like, wow, this is powerful. So going back to the tapping part, just up here again to the amygdala. So what they say is your amygdala is very similar to your adrenals, with the respect that when you're going, like, you know, when you're puffing, when you're jogging, if you're a jogger, and you so your body feels like, if you're jogging and you're going into that panting mode, that you're actually like in fight or flight, because you're actually trying to you know, outpace something. So that's why. And also, if you're a runner, which I was as well, and I love running, today I still go back to running, but I've swayed back to walking, is that the jelly around your heart apparently bounces when you walk as well, which can become firm and can cause those things where the unexpected heart attacks come into place, from what I understand and what I've heard. So obviously you need to research that for yourself. Coming back again to the amygdala, going full circle, is that if your amygdala is on flight or fight, apparently it can actually stop the blood flow to your frontal lobe, which is where you make decisions. And I mean, even if you know the term lobotomy, like people get through chemical lobotomies or even physical lobotomies, and I'm talking about severe psychiatric problems in mental health, and that's why some people are completely disconnected from their frontal lobe, and it's actually really sad. So and I guess at the end of the day, that's not something that I would really, I mean, that's going into some really serious conversations and topics. One which I just literally touched on for whatever reason. Whoever's meant to hear that is meant to hear that. I have no idea, and I don't really want to elaborate it into any further, because it is quite a heavy topic for me, and that's one of my deep frustrations as well. Bring on the geranium and bergamot. Because these psychiatry practices are really not really friendly services, so I'm using things like electric shocks. Okay, so I've just gone into it. Like things like that to, you know, try and remedy people from mental health is not really a way that I actually would believe in to help somebody come out of any mental health issues. So anyways, that's enough for me. That got heavy quite quickly, and I just really want to say thank you for watching all the way. And again, if you've got any comments, questions, or if you want to simply just like it because you liked listening, I love it. Love seeing the likes. I love seeing the comments and questions. So I will talk to you again soon. See ya.